This is a presentation about Byzantine mosaics of Ravenna, Italy by the Blue Group. Roman Emperor Honorius moved his capital to Ravenna in AD 402 to avoid attack from the barbarians. The Po River protected Ravenna from assault and was only accessible by causeway. Ravenna was a thriving seaport, which was able to survive the chaos of the crumbling ancient world. Ravenna became capital of the Western Empire, then capital to the occidental provinces of the Byzantine Empire. Ravenna was a luxurious city with many palaces and churches. The town converted to Christianity very early on, so many Christian churches were built. Honorius and subsequent Roman emperors decorated palace and church walls with beautiful mosaics. In order for a building to be complete, it needed to have a mosaic inside. Mosaics are created with tesserae, individual components of stone, ceramic, or glass that combine to form a pattern or create a picture. Large pictorial mosaics were born in Greece and perfected in Rome. The first pictorial mosaics used river pebbles to create pictures around 4th century BC. The pieces were set in mortar following a design sketched by the master and outlined in lead. The pieces would be permanent once the mortar dried and the surface was ground flat. Many mosaics were created to depict scenes such as landscapes, geometric abstractions, hunting scenes, battles, and the love of Mars and Venus. The Ravenna artists revolutionized mosaics with over 300 shades of colored glass. The artists of the Ravenna mosaics did not document their work, so it is unknown if the artists were Greeks or Romans. In 4th century BC, thin sheets of colored baked glass replaced stones in mosaics. The glass could be cut into square, oblong, or any irregular shape needed to create the image. The Ravenna artists switched from classical motifs depicting gods, goddesses, and gardens to Christian themes from the Old and New Testament once Christianity became the state religion. Caesars of the late Roman Empire often led deprived lives. The artists of Ravenna ignored this, focusing on decorating buildings with Christian themes. The mosaics were a contrast to the evil events that were happening. Ravenna's early Christian mosaics spanned the late Roman, Ostrogoth, and Byzantine rule. Many Ravenna mosaics depict scenes from the Bible. The rulers of Ravenna believed mosaics were sacred and should not be walked on, so they were placed on walls instead of the floor. The pictures were supposed to capture the viewer and elevate them to a holy place. The building exteriors were plain and unadorned in order to make the mosaics more spectacular by contrast. The insides of Christian churches were bursting with colorful mosaics along the walls and ceilings. They were incorporated in the architecture of the building. Ravenna mosaics dealt with the world of divinity, meant to represent the city of God, in which one gives up the deceits and pleasures of mortal life for the promise of eternal life in heaven. The Ravenna mosaics were not meant to represent the natural world. The artwork captured this divinity with the colorful glass pieces which were set at angles to reflect light. The unevenness of the pieces, coupled with the vibrant colors, made the mosaics seem heavenly. The mausoleum of Gallia Placida, the sister of Honorius Caesar, contains outstanding examples. The ceiling is especially fine, inspiring Cole Porter's night and day. During the next century, the Ostrogothic king Theodoric created vibrant yet solemn mosaics in the Basilica of San Apollinare Nuevo, which depicted scenes from the New Testament. The basilica features a beardless and bearded Christ, dressed as a Roman emperor with angels and saints. The 3 wise men bring gifts to the Christ child. The figures' monumental size made them look otherworldly. The huge figures were used to pull the eye upwards. The Byzantine Emperor Justinian, who is also depicted in the basilica, continued with his grandiose style with the Hagia Sophia Church in Constantinople. The Church of San Apollinare in Classe, located about 3 miles from Ravenna, was the largest early Christian basilica. It houses spectacular apse dome mosaics, which represent the height of mosaic technical skill. Throughout the years, many Byzantine mosaics of Ravenna have been destroyed by war and religious turmoil. Few of the mosaics in Ravenna's churches have managed to remain intact. Later, some of those mosaics were restored, but they could not recapture the light they once reflected.